it, Royals? It's your girl Felicity G back with another one just to let you know that today is a great day to be great. Welcome to Her TV. In this space, we want to set an atmosphere where we can come together and discuss different topics in hopes to help you along your journey to becoming her, healed, empowered, recovered. We want to reassure young women like yourself that you are seen, loved, and heard. Through these conversations, we want to remind you that it is never too late to start over and that you are never alone. Today, we are McKoying it with the McKoy. I can tell you about them, but I'll allow them to tell you about themselves.
So we are a fairly new married couple. We're going on 3 years. We are 28 and 30. We have 2 children. One of them we have together, and one of them was before our marriage. But we are blending a family. We are entrepreneurs. What you want to add?
We're entrepreneurs, and we are in full-time ministry.
So tonight, since we are in the month of love, we'll be discussing the meaning of love. But today, we'll be discussing love in marriage between spouses. Before we start, I want to loosen you all up a bit. We'll be playing an original game called 4 Pick 1 Song. 4 pictures depicted on the screen. You have 10 seconds to tell me, what is this picture depicting? What song is this picture depicting? So when you all are ready, let me know.
We ready?
Okay. I will cross the ocean for you.
By the way, it's a gospel song.
We shall overcome. I don't know.
I think, what's her name?
I don't know.
4 seconds.
If we can figure out her name, we can figure out everything.
We lost.
Time up. Time is up. Do you have an answer?
Nope.
Mm-mm.
This is Oceans by Hillsong.
Oceans?
Yes.
Well,
I was about to say, I might not have heard that before.
What?
No, I don't think I ever heard that before. See, I don't know. I'm not that privy to a lot of gospel music. I stay within my sector and the things that or the artists that I'm familiar with, and I stay there. So I'm not well-rounded when it comes to music, period, let alone gospel.
Okay, that's okay. That's okay. You have 3 more rounds to go, so you can redeem yourself. So the first question, what does love look like in your marriage?
Definitely prayer being foundational.
Prayer, patience, kind.
Serving each other, co-parenting, compromising.
Try not to keep no record of wrongs.
And just growing, like always making growth a goal. Problem solving, because problems will arise, but just making sure we solve them.
Okay, so Richie, I've seen you posted about bulletproof love before.
Yes.
Can you give us a more insight as to what that is?
So bulletproof love is a love that cannot be penetrated, a love that cannot be broken. Sort of like a bulletproof vest that cannot be penetrated. Same thing. We want love that's the same way. That's the type of love that I have for whoever I do love. There's nothing that can come between that.
Okay. So would you say that is something that's necessary in a marriage?
Yes, because it has to be unconditional. Because when you're in a marriage, regardless of who it is, it's going to be problems. Everybody has different problems. Everybody was raised differently, have different backgrounds, cultures, and it's going to be problems. And you have to have some unconditional love to work through those problems and to be willing to work through those problems.
Makes sense. Okay. Since we're done with that section, we're going to move into round 2. So we're moving into round 2.
Hopefully round 2 easier.
This should be easy. Everybody knows this song.
I know it's Sasha Cobbs.
For Your Glory.
I was about to say, is it For Your Glory?
For Your Glory?
No.
Take Me to the King.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you redeemed yourself that round. So moving right along, I want to know, I've been seeing a lot of posts where persons are saying love is not enough. So I want to ask you, is love enough in a marriage?
No.
No?
It's not. No.
Okay. So I have a follow-up question for that.
Mm.
I've been seeing, like I said, I've been seeing it a lot, but I've also been thinking of it a lot.
Mm.
And we know that according to 1 John 4:8, it says, but anyone who does not love does not know God, for God is love. And we know God is everything. They say God is love. So if God is love, then why isn't love enough in a marriage, or if isn't love enough in a relationship?
That's actually a really, really good question. And I think my answer would have to be that aside from God being love, he also gives direction. And in our word, he sends his apostles, he sends his ministers, he sends evangelists to set order and to say what the structure of marriage and households need to look like, even including our servitude, us as Christian leaders and walking in ministry, especially together with him, you know, serving as an evangelist, have served as a deacon, me serving as a minister, as an assistant pastor. We each have roles that the Bible actually tells us we're supposed to make sure certain things are taken care of at home prior to serving. So in those different things that's mentioned in taking care of home and making sure the dynamics of our home is good, it gives a lot of specifics on what needs to be done down to the kids. It gives the order of, you know, marriage. It tells us to honor. It tells us to serve, and it tells us all of those different things. So I don't think God ever intended for there to be for it to just be love. I don't think that he would allow trials and tribulations and for us to be able to, you know how to go to him and go into the word to be able to know how to overcome those things if we weren't supposed to have those things. And then also, if you look at the covenant, when you go to the altar, the different things that's involved in your marriage vows, down to through sickness and health. You get what I'm saying? Is like one of those things where that goes back to servitude. It comes back down to being able to just forgive. Like you get what I'm saying? So it's just so many different I guess levels to love. I know love is definitely overarching, but you want to go into serving, and you know, aside from what we know that the word says, we still have to remember that we're humans. So in the process of being human, we fall short. In the process of being human, temptation arises. In the process of being human, deliverance has to undergo. We have to undergo deliverance. So with all of those different things going on, and with God constantly elevating and us constantly evolving, and just having to really be with each other through those processes, even down to deliverance, that's not a pretty process. So you have to still be able to love somebody through those things. So not to say that love isn't a major factor, but I definitely, even prayer. Like prayer is different than love. But at the end of the day, we need that because we have to go back to the Holy Spirit on how to do certain things and how to meditate, how to honor him, how to worship him, etc. So I think love is definitely a huge part of it. But I think with marriage in totality, and to be able to follow it and just stay on track and to stay structured how the word tells us to, it definitely requires more than love, because it even goes into compromise. So
I actually agree with everything my wife said. And I feel like love is the foundation, because God is love and God is the foundation. He is the glue. But like when you're building a house, when you lay the foundation, which is the strong point, which everything goes on, you still have to put everything else on top. Just the foundation alone, it ain't gonna be a whole relationship. But love is definitely first. Definitely the foundation.
So I was wondering, because if God is everything and love is a culmination, or God is a culmination of all of these things, then the question was, what I was asking is, how isn't love enough? You know, because you would ask the same question to other person, they talk about loyalty and respect and all of these things. But I would think personally, all of that love is a culmination of all of those things.
That's a great way to look at it. I think it goes back to perspectives. Like, you get what I'm saying? Not that we're right, you're wrong, not that you're wrong, we're right. I think it just goes back into how your mind actually, breaks down those individual things. So I definitely think what you just said is an amazing way to look at it, with God being everything. But I think more so in layman's terms, I would never go and give anybody the advice that love is all you need, because everybody may not break it down in a manner that you just broke it down to know that all of these different entities goes into what love is. You get what I'm saying? So I think in layman's terms, I wouldn't say that love is everything, but if you're looking at it in a spiritual perspective, definitely love is everything. So that was a really, really great question.
Awesome. 10 seconds is on the clock.
Kirk Franklin,
Do you want a revolution?
Yes.
That was good. I wouldn't have got it if you ain't said Kirk Franklin. That's teamwork. That was good teamwork.
Yes. So that's 2 points. 2 points. Okay. So moving right along. Is there such a thing as love languages in a marriage?
Yeah.
Okay. How important is it?
Super important. That's the meeting. I think that's where we meet. That's how we communicate. That's how we receive. That's how we grow, because we've experienced times where if we weren't loving each other the way that we know our love languages to be, things weren't that great, because it was like we had to learn how to reconnect, back to each other. And I know for myself, when I'm loved properly, I operate 100 times better than when I feel like those different things that I mentioned are, when I mention that those different things are, troublesome for me, or, bothering me, or because, when something takes your focus, it essentially stunts your growth.
Richie, you have anything to say about that?
I agree with that. I just believe they are very, very important, because everybody is not to be loved the same.
All right. So another question, do you know each other's love language?
Yes.
You care to share?
Sure. I think his love language is definitely acts of kindness, acts of servitude. That's what I mean. Acts of service. His love language is under me letting him know that I hear and understand. I already said acts of kindness. So I would say random gestures, but I think those two are the same thing. I think I pretty much got it covered. He's a really simple person. So
her love language is communication, touch, just me being affectionate, me just being present. So she more I want to say like simple and emotional. Like I like to give gifts and stuff. That's not her love language, but she do like it, but it's not her love language. She's more like a touch and stuff like that.
That's good. So we're gonna move into.
I think I missed some things in, because I feel like I can say the same thing about him, but I think that the touches are different. Whereas though he may want me to rub his head, and I may want my booty rubbed. So you get what I'm saying? Like I think it's a lot different, but I think we have those in common.
Okay. Well, that's enough for the questions, but we're gonna move into one final round of 4 Pick 1 Song.
Okay.
Now this, if y'all don't get this, then something wrong. Something truly wrong. Okay.
Glory. That was a good one.
Awesome. So you guys managed to get 3 out of 4 points. So thank you so much, Mr. and Mrs. McKoy, for being a part. Is there anything that you would like to promote? Anything that you would like to let the audience know?
I think I just want to start off by just saying that I'm extremely proud of you for finally launching what your vision is, being very sensitive to the Holy Spirit, allowing him to lead you, on when to launch, how to set it up, who to bring on, etc. And just taking that leap of faith. As far as promotion, I would just probably say follow me on Instagram _SIMDIVA_.
I just want to say that I agree with what she said. I believe that you did a very good job. You put this together well. You can follow us both on Instagram. Mine is at Richie Rolex. Hers is _SimDiva_.
TikTok, the McCoys.
Right. TikTok, the McCoys. YouTube.
McCoy in it on YouTube, and www.rolovinyl.com for custom apparel printing. Oh, and follow Unconventional Ministries on Instagram. Unconventional Ministries on Instagram. That's our ministry.
Yes, definitely. I've been a part of them.
Yes.
I've witnessed them. I've listened. When I say a word, a whole word and nothing but a word, you won't be disappointed at all. But there's one final announcement I'd like to make. Make sure you stream Rich's new single, Glory on YouTube. Listen, when I said powerful. So it'll be linked in the description below. Be sure that you stream it, get those streams up. But once again, thank you so much, Mr. and Mrs. McKoy, for being here. Thank you. Thank you, Royals, for tuning in. See you next week, same time, same place. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your post notifications. Follow both me and Ms. Royce on all our social media platforms in the description below. Until then, remember, you are royalty. So walk like it, talk like it, dress like it, show up like it, and wait for the godly man that treats you like it. Have a great night. See you next week.